Have you been lounging around all day, eating unhealthy food, binging TV shows, and procrastinating on the work you have to do? Well, it is time to get your life back together and enter your productive girl era. In this video, I am going to show you the exact steps you should follow to get out of your slump and back into your productive era. So grab yourself a nice cup of tea, listen up, and let's get started. Step 1 is to take control of your sleep schedule. Stop letting yourself sleep late into midnight and then waking up when the sun is already hanging high up in the air. When you sleep late and wake up late, your entire mind is foggy and your entire day is basically wasted away. Because your daytime is shorter, the tasks that you are able to accomplish in a day just decreases significantly. Even if you say that you are still awake for the same amount of time, trust me, your day is going to be a lot more unproductive and you are just not going to feel as great as if you were to wake up early and sleep early. Okay, but I totally understand how extremely difficult it is to fix your sleep schedule, especially if it is a habit already. So here are some actionable steps that you can take immediately to fix your sleep schedule. First is to stop allowing yourself to set multiple alarms. Only set one and then place your phone all the way across the room when you go to sleep. This way, you force yourself to wake up and get out of bed immediately to go close your alarm and you won't be tempted to return back to your bed. Another change that you can make is sleeping earlier. If you force yourself to sleep earlier, you will naturally also wake up earlier. And also make sure you are not scrolling through your phone or computer before going to sleep, because the blue light exposure makes it even more difficult to fall asleep. If you must, remember to wear blue light glasses so it is easier for you to fall asleep quickly. Okay, now that your sleep schedule is fixed, your day is ready for maximum productivity. But still, getting out of bed is not enough to get out of your rut and get productive again. So the number one tip I have is to get some morning exercise in outside. I usually like to get around 4,000 steps in the morning, and that's around a 20 to 30 minute walk. You can also go on a run or find a nearby Pilates studio or gym. Literally any form of exercise works, and you should pick an exercise that you enjoy. It doesn't have to be weightlifting if you don't like it, or running if you find that difficult. Find something that you enjoy and you can do consistently, like walking, Pilates, swimming, dancing, anything. And doing it in the morning just makes you feel so much more refreshed and ready to take on the day. Okay, moving on to tip number 3. Find a fun study space and get your work done. I love going out to cafes to study. I find that it makes me so much more productive and I just get so much more work done. And you can also reward yourself with a nice little treat to motivate you even more, and that is my favorite part of my day. And this doesn't have to be a cafe. It can be a library or a park, anywhere to get you out of the same space and just make you feel motivated and productive again. Okay, moving on to tip number 4, which is to create a to-do list. I find that making a to-do list makes me just so much more motivated and productive, because sometimes you aren't actually lazy or in a rut, you just don't have a clear plan or idea of what you need to get done. Write down what you need to get done at the start of each day, and then throughout the day you feel so fulfilled when you can check off something from your list. Another helpful app if you don't want to write it down is the iPhone Notes app. I love to make my to-do list on there and it's so accessible and convenient. Literally writing down your tasks on the to-do list is the first step to getting them done. And trust me, the feeling of checking off everything on your to-do list at the end of the day just feels so great and you'll want to just keep doing it the next day. When you are in a rut, it is also very easy and understandable to let your appearance slide and choose to stay in your comfy clothes all day and not do your makeup or wash your hair. So tip number 5 is look good, feel good. Get your makeup done even if you aren't going out or meeting anyone. Do it just for yourself so you feel more motivated to take on your day. Taking the time to look put together is also a sign of self-respect because you will want to look your best for someone who you think is important. And you are the most important person to yourself, so look good, feel good, take the time to do your makeup, and then you'll feel so much more motivated to get the rest of your day going. Besides your makeup, you can also pick out a cute outfit and stop lounging around in your pajamas. When you look better, you just instantly feel so much better and more confident. Okay, moving on to tip number 6, which is to learn something new. You should never stop learning, and honestly, learning does not have to be tiring or hard. Learn something you enjoy, like cooking a new recipe or learning a new instrument. For example, it's summer break right now, and I'm reviewing some calculus concepts to get ready for college, and also trying to pick up a new coding language. This is to help you to get out of your brain rut and get those brain cells moving again. Okay, so those were 6 extremely helpful, actionable steps to get your life back together. But what is even more important than actions are your mindset shifts. Mindset shift number 1. You need to stop reaffirming to yourself that you are lazy. Even if you were lazy in the past and fell out of your routine for a day, a week, or even a month, that does not define who you are today, and you can get back on track. Switch your identity and believe that you are productive. Constantly tell yourself that you are a productive person. When you want to just snooze your alarm and roll back onto bed, ask yourself, is that what a productive person would do? When you want to procrastinate again, ask yourself, is that what the best version of myself would do? A helpful method to achieve this is to create an alter ego. Okay, so what is this? It is basically another version of yourself, or the version that you want to become. For example, Beyoncé's alter ego while she was on stage was known as Sasha Fierce. And she created Sasha so she could perform exceptionally on stage and become the most confident version of herself. So whenever she stepped foot on stage, she told herself that she was Sasha Fierce. And same for you. Create that version of yourself who is the most productive, most disciplined, most confident, glowing version of yourself. This version of you has their entire life in check, so when you feel like giving up or returning back to your slump, reaffirm this new alter ego to yourself. Okay, next is to figure out your priorities and your purpose. Why do you want to get out of a rut? You have to know why you want to get out of a rut. Why do you feel so bad after laying around and being unproductive all day? You need to know what you want most deeply. Whether you are in your lazy girl era or productive girl era, it all stems from and comes back down to what your inner desires are at this moment. If you are lazy, then maybe you desire comfort or rest at this moment. But when you are going after your goals and dreams and you are disciplined and uncomfortable and working hard every single second, you desire that delayed gratification and perhaps that greater goal or dream that you have in life. So figure out why you want to get out of this rut. Is it to get better grades in this school year, or maybe so you can have a better career or better income later on in your life? What is motivating you? That inherent purpose is what you need to figure out and need to know if you want to get productive and stay productive. Another mindset shift is to stop beating yourself up for being lazy or in a rut. Everyone falls into a rut sometimes, and that is completely okay. But if you start repeating negative self-talk to yourself, like I am a failure or I am not good enough, just because you're in a rut, that is going to create an unhealthy mindset and cycle where you will keep beating yourself up, but you will always return back to this cycle and lifestyle. Okay, but what is even more important than mindset and motivation is discipline. Motivation is good to get you started, but how do you build discipline? Tip number 1 is to build a routine. Getting into a routine may take several weeks or even several months, but once it is built, everything will become so much easier. Maybe waking up at 6 a.m. every day sounds impossible right now, but once it becomes a routine, it will become easy and even natural. But what is most important is that you don't give up or stop midway while trying to build this routine. Consistency is key. Using the 6 a.m. habit as an example, even if it means going to sleep 1 hour earlier that day or going to get a large cup of coffee halfway throughout the day, pull yourself up at 6 a.m. and don't break the habit. Later on that day, you will thank yourself and you're gonna feel so great about yourself because you held on and kept the habit going. And trust me, later on in the month, you won't even be struggling with this habit anymore. Another tip for discipline is to download a habit tracker app. When you see the little check marks next to your habit, you won't want to break your record. This is simple, but it will motivate you to keep going. And if you don't want to download the app, you can also make your own habit tracker and tape it onto your wall and just check it off every day. Tip number 3 is to make your habits easy to achieve. I first learned about this from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, which I highly recommend if you are trying to build habits. If you want to check out my book list of reads that I really enjoyed or highly recommend, definitely check out my Amazon storefront link down below. And by making your habits easily achievable, I don't mean picking easy habits. What I mean is that you want to make your habits convenient and easy to achieve for yourself if you want to stay consistent. For example, if your habit is to go to the gym daily, then maybe you want to lay out your gym clothes the night before so the morning after you don't have to worry about getting them out. This way, you alleviate one obstacle, and even if it seems small, it just makes your habit so much more achievable. Or another example is if you want to start eating healthier, then maybe get rid of all the processed foods in your house. Don't test your self-control and try to go against human nature. Just make your life easier and get rid of those obstacles that are in your way of getting disciplined. Tip number 4 is to have a reward system. If you consistently follow a habit for a week or a month, reward yourself. Buy yourself something or take yourself out on a date. This is my favorite part of staying disciplined and building a routine early on, and it just motivates you so much to keep going and stay consistent. Finally, as you enter your productive girl era, still remember to give yourself breaks. Do not burn yourself out because that is why so many people fall into ruts to begin with. Allow yourself to rest and relax from time to time and know that you completely deserve it. Now it is time to get up and start following these tips. And that is the end of today's video. Remember to subscribe so you can come back to this video whenever you need some motivation again to get your life back together. And if you watched this entire video from start to finish, then comment the star emoji down below so I know that you are ready to get back into your productive girl era. I hope that this video helped you, and if you need some more inspiration or motivation, go watch my Getting Out of a Rut vlog next. Don't forget to go follow me on TikTok and Instagram for more content daily. I love each and every one of you so very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you, bye!